Hey everyone, I'm Rosie and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to try to make an abstract collage. Now, I feel so uncomfortable with this. I don't think I've ever once made an abstract collage. I feel like I'm always trying to make like scenes, very particular things, but today I'm going to get all loosey-goosey and we're going to try to make an abstract collage today. Now, the one idea I do have, it's not really an idea, but I've always wanted to use like the border of one of these Nat Geo magazines, because there's something about this like yellow that I really have always loved. And I feel like that might help me have like a grounding in the collage. Like we can use the yellow as like a piece to tie everything together. And obviously like this is kind of big, so maybe I'll just take like a corner here and a corner down here and use those in sort of a, you know, a little bit of a framing device. Not exactly sure, but maybe I could start there and that might provide some inspiration. Anyway, it is gonna be a big, like, I don't know, let's kind of see what I can make. I don't know, I feel, again, very uncomfortable, but let's jump into it and see if I can make anything that looks like anything. So I have my Nat Geo with the frame that I want to use, but the other thing I think might be nice to incorporate is some sort of black and white sketched image to sort of be more of the focal point, I guess. And so I have a few books that I know have that in them. So this is a treasury of flowers. It's just a bunch of, you know, sketches of flowers. Now some of these are borders, some of them are more intricate than others and might be a pain to cut out, but maybe we could use one of those. These two books I use a lot. It's just like a collection of, you know, old black and white sort of sketch drawings. This one's focused on men. This one's focused on women. I've used these both a lot, so I'll look through those. And then the last thing I have that has black and white sketches in it is this sailor book. It's like all about knots. And there's some interesting things in here, like these ropes. And some of these are just kind of like fun little drawings. So maybe I can use one of these. So I'm gonna flip through these 4 books and pull out some things that I like, and then we'll cut the frame out, and then I don't know what else. So I picked out 3 flowers from that flower book and I'm feeling inspired by these. So I think I'm gonna go the flower route. So I have this really big one, which I love, but I also am inspired by this rose. I feel like it would be nice really on the bottom with maybe some other focus on the top. And then there's this peony, which I love, but I don't wanna have too many black and white things. I think we really can only use one. So I think we need to look for some other images. And again, I want to keep in mind the yellow thing. So I recently got this top 10 of everything in 1998 book. And it's just like an encyclopedia of things from 1998. I don't know, it's kind of a weird book, but I feel like there might be some good things in here that we could pull out. So let's flip through this one. So I collected just, like a bunch of things I just thought were kind of cool, that I liked the shape of, or that I liked the color of. I'm trying to, not see these as objects and just sort of more see them as colorful shapes. Because if I think about them as objects, I'm going to try to like make a surreal scene like I normally do. So I'm trying really hard not to think like that. But, I've tried to pull some common things. So I feel like there's some gold pieces that would go with the yellow frame we're thinking of. There's, some colorful things that would, again, go with the yellow. This couch I really loved and thought maybe it would go, I feel like yellow would go really nicely with that. And then, there's like this rug I thought was just kind of like an interesting texture. So I feel like we have enough to work with. I think now I have to just cut out some of these objects and start like layering them together. Oh, we can't forget this flower. Yeah, so I feel like there's enough here to go off of. I just need to start playing with it and, go from there. This is the point normally in my collages where I'd be like, oh, well, I can put the crown on top of this car and like that would be funny. Or, I'm trying not to think like that because I'm trying to do something different. So yeah, I think that's next step. Let's cut stuff out and start like layering it on top of each other. This first layout I made was feeling very stagnant and like there was zero movement. I think having these big elements sort of on all sides was making it feel very like balanced in a not interesting way. And the fact that I used the yellow border as just like a cut in the middle, that was not helping at all. So I decided I needed to play out with something different that definitely had more movement to it. This layout was definitely more interesting. The fact that I grouped these objects together at sort of a diagonal definitely created a lot more movement in the piece. But again, that yellow line that's just vertical down the center of the page is not doing any favors. So I think we're getting closer, but there still needs to be something a little bit more interesting happening. So I really love having the couch as sort of like the focal point straight up and down. And then I really loved what this was doing, sort of cutting it in half. And I love the green and the yellow together. I feel like that was a really nice color combo. And then I did love when the rug was like at an angle like this. I think I kind of like the idea of like a deconstructed living room. I think it's like borderline surreal, but I feel like it's, I don't know, there's just something I like about it. So I feel like this is the base that I want to play with, and I really am loving this. So in my original layout, I had this flower covering up sort of this seam here, which I really like. But in one of my other layouts, I was playing around with the knot covering up this area, which I also kind of like too. I think I just like the idea of like this black and white sketch is breaking up the other colorful images. So I guess the last thing I have in that vein is this flat feather, which also maybe could cover up. Well, I feel like this is too straight and narrow. I think I like the flower the best just because like how organic it is, and I think it's like the perfect width, and I don't know, I kind of just think that that's really nice. The other thing I really liked in that layout was the hot air balloon being up top here. This does kind of break the like deconstructed living room thing because, you know, there are no hot air balloons in living rooms, but we could bring it back with this phonograph, which is kind of something you'd also have in your living room. I feel like I need to stop here because I really like what's going on. I think it needs to be a little more centered. I think this is a really interesting layout and I'm kind of digging it. So I feel like I should just stop because I don't think it's gonna get much better than this because I'm into it, I like it. So I guess let's glue it up. The other thing I have to think about is what do I want to do with this border? I guess I'll end this one over here and then maybe line up the paper so the edge of that one is going off. So like that, and then trim my piece down. No, I don't like that as much. So, okay, what am I gonna do? I guess I could cut it it could go right off the edge, but I don't like that as much. I don't love the point here because I feel like that's creating some tension up at the top. So what if I end it still with a vertical line, but line it up with the couch? So it ends at the top here, just like that. And I think that that might create more of a better ending point. So yeah, I think that's what we should do. And I think this is looking pretty great. So let's glue it up. So that's it for today's video. I hope that you enjoyed this sort of different style of collage, and I'll see you next Thursday for another collage video. Bye!